In this video, I'm going to show you the easiest and fastest way how to transform your soul-crushing career and rediscover your professional purpose and passion in just 60 days without sacrificing your status or income, and even if you feel trapped in your seeming success. And that's exactly what we'll discuss today. Really quickly, let me tell you who this is for so you know whether you're at the right place. This is for high achieving professionals feeling trapped by their golden shackles of a successful, on paper, career, leaving them feeling drained and empty, who want to discover their authentic purpose in under 60 days, even if they are afraid of making a change, who would rather live a joyous life with authentic purpose without losing status or financial achievements. If you feel suffocated, unfulfilled, and lost in your high paying career, this presentation is for you. In the next 45 minutes, you'll learn to discover your authentic professional purpose in just under 60 days without having to quit your career or sacrifice your financial security. You can exit your career if you want to, but you certainly don't have to. You identify the real reasons you're feeling stuck in your career and what you can do to start turning things around today, even if you think it's too late. Understand why just following your passion is the absolute worst advice someone can give you to find fulfilling work, and a radical new approach that works 10 times faster. I'll pinpoint precisely how you can shift from your power to power with purpose, even if that seems like a total mystery right now. How you can go exactly from feeling powerless in your circumstances to being the co creator of your career and your entire life while being excited each day and nurturing all working and private relationships. And I'll show you how to do all this without sacrificing your financial security, social status, or peace of mind. My promise to you: a step by step strategy for reclaiming your professional purpose and passion and designing a career you love in 60 days or less. Does this sound like you? Do you sometimes sit in yet another meaningless meeting and feel your life force literally drained from your body as you calculate how many hours of your one precious life you're wasting? Do you ever lie awake at night wondering, is this really all there is? This endless cycle of working to pay bills, only to need more money to numb the emptiness of work that means nothing to you. Does a part of you feel torn between the comfort of your paycheck and the aching desire to pursue your true and authentic calling? Do you ever feel like a shadow of your once vibrant self with an artificial grin on your face, longing for meaning but too afraid to leap? Do you fear that you'll regret missing out on a life you could have lived if you don't make some sort of change now? And most of all, are you secretly terrified that you might stay stuck in this soul sucking career forever? And that the unique gifts and talents that truly light you up will never see the light of day because you're too afraid or too comfortable to make a change? That you look back on your life at retirement age and realize that you lived in someone else's agenda? Well, if any of that sounds like you, then I actually have good news, because none of those things are the real problem. The real problem is that you haven't made what I call the shifts. But for right now, just understand this. Once you make them, you cultivate a career that fills you with joy and clarity. You'll go to work not just for a paycheck, but because you finally have a powerful mission that fuels you and makes you genuinely excited to wake up each day. You'll notice people responding differently to you, drawn to you and your newfound clarity and purpose, opening doors you never even knew existed. You'll experience the profound satisfaction of ending each day knowing you've contributed something meaningful rather than just checking boxes on someone else's priority list. You'll sleep soundly at night, free from the anxiety and restlessness that comes from living a life misaligned with your true self. And you do all this while maintaining your financial security and while building a legacy that genuinely represents who you are. Really quickly, let me introduce myself so that you know that I know what I'm talking about. My name is Claudia Granger, and I'm founder of Alchemized Career. In the past few years, we have helped many professionals just like you reclaim their purpose and passion. The vast majority of our clients were able to do this even if they felt lost, feared change, or thought it was too late. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how they did it. I've spent years working with high powered professionals to transform their relationship with work. And during that time, I've seen some people who created an incredible professional transformation. People who went from dreading every workday to waking up energized, making significant contributions, and they are proud of and feeling deeply aligned with their work. Meanwhile, I saw hundreds of others remained trapped in golden handcuffs, slowly watching their life force drained away as they continued to sacrifice their best years for a paycheck or stock options that could never compensate for their misery. And so, over time, I began to really study the top performers who just seemed to be able to find meaningful work and maintaining their financial security without having to completely start over. And I realized there were five very specific things they were doing. So I started applying those five shifts to our approach and almost immediately saw transformative results. Then I started integrating this into the work I did with clients, and I saw that they were immediately able to discover their authentic purpose so that they could wake up excited about their work, knowing they were making a meaningful contribution while still maintaining their lifestyle and status. The bottom line, you need to do the five shifts in order to transform your soul crushing career into meaningful work in 60 days or less. I'm going to walk you through all of them right here on this presentation. The first shift you need to make to transform your relationship with work is the authenticity effect. Being authentic with yourself and others is crucial to shifting from golden handcuffs to golden opportunities. Only when you're authentic will you stand in your full authority. Only then can you connect with what is truly meaningful to you and align with people and circumstances that allow you to live your authentic purpose. Authenticity paired up with possibility thinking is the foundation of an incredible professional transformation. If you're trapped in the paycheck or passion mindset, you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of resentment and compromise. If you follow your authentic self, however, you will slowly take your power back from the illusion and start seeing options. You take true ownership of your life and career. And here is why most professionals have accepted a toxic trade off. They hate significant aspect of their work, the politics, the meaningless tasks, the Sunday night dread. However, they remain trapped because they love the stability, status, and lifestyle their salary seemingly provides. This golden handcuffs mentality creates a false binary. Either sacrifice fulfillment for financial security or risk everything for meaning. But this is a dangerous illusion that keeps talented professionals stuck in soul-crushing careers for longer than necessary. Now the problem is that the way most professionals think about their career options is hopelessly broken. Most of them professionals see only two paths: stay miserable but comfortable, or lead into the unknown and potentially struggle. They believe these are the only options, so they resign themselves to the devil they know, growing increasingly bitter as they watch their precious years slip away. They tell themselves this is just how work is, or I should be grateful for this job, all while feeling the life force drain from their body in the meeting after meaningless meeting. When you do things this way, you create a prison of your own making. You become the architect of your own dissatisfaction, building ever stronger walls of reasons why not, until the possibility of meaningful work seems completely unreachable. Meanwhile, the daily grind of work doesn't align with who you truly are, creating a slow, burning resentment that eventually touches every aspect of your life. The right way to approach your career transformation is to reject the false paycheck or passion mindset altogether. The most successful professionals redesign their relationship with work to incorporate both. And this is where the authenticity effect comes in. This is not about quitting your job tomorrow. It's about aligning your reality with your authentic self by expanding your vision of what's possible within and beyond your current role. It's about recognizing that your talents, experience, and professional capital can be leveraged in countless ways that maintain or even enhance your financial security while creating space for genuine fulfillment. And you do this in a way that feels true and authentic to you. When you do this, you'll stop feeling trapped by your paycheck and start seeing the abundance of possibilities available to you. You'll experience the profound relief of knowing you are not condemned to decades of Sunday night dread to maintain your lifestyle. The bottom line: in your career transformation, reviewing what is authentically you, your power, and your possibilities thinking is everything. Without it, you'll remain trapped in the false choice between your paycheck and your passion, convincing yourself that meaningful work is a luxury you can't afford, and eventually face the devastating realization that you traded your one precious life for a salary that could never compensate for your misery. But with an authentic review of your powers and what authentically matters to you, you pair up with possibility thinking. You discover that financial security and meaningful work aren't mutually exclusive, that your unique talents can create value in ways that align with who you truly are. You understand that breaking free from the golden handcuffs mentality opens up opportunities you couldn't previously imagine. Recognize your powers are hidden in plain sight. That's the second shift I want to present to you. Your most valuable professional talents are not what you think they are. The ability you have been taking for granted, the things that come so naturally to you, you assume everyone can do them. They are actually your unique superpowers that organizations desperately need and want. Most professionals have this completely backward. They exhaust themselves trying to improve in areas where they're naturally weak, while completely overlooking the exceptional talents that could form the foundation of deeply meaningful work. This blind spot keeps you trapped in roles that drain your energy rather than amplifying your natural genius. Here's how to do this. Instead of focusing exclusively on what you've been trained to do, now conducting a comprehensive power audit, you uncover the specific patterns of talents that energize rather than exhaust you. This changes everything. Because once you recognize your unique powers, you can strategically position yourself to use these talents more frequently, creating both greater impact and deeper satisfaction. Your value to any organization skyrockets when you're operating from your zone of genius rather than merely competence. This is my client Adriana. My client Adriana came to us feeling suffocated by their high paying job. Her dream was to wake up feeling excited about her work rather than filled with dread, and to create meaningful impact at her workplace. And by the way, we'll talk about why none of those things worked in the next shift, as she had wasted years trying traditional career advice and had gotten nowhere and thought about more job hopping. I advised her to redefine her success in terms of personal fulfillment through courageous authenticity while also conducting a power audit to uncover her natural talents that had been hiding in plain sight. She thought this was crazy, but she was willing to give it a shot. She took the opportunity and won. Almost immediately, Adriana experienced newfound clarity and motivation. Today, she leads a section for a nonprofit organization, and her passion for psychology, combined with her willingness to explore patterns, understand them, and shift them, has transformed not only her life, but also the lives of her colleagues and her boss's life in every way. The bottom line, if you want to transform your soul crushing career, you need to understand that your most valuable professional talents are the ones you're taking for granted. And this is what trapped professionals usually don't understand. If you grasp this one idea, you'll stop exhausting yourself trying to be someone you're not. You'll discover a wellspring of energy when you work from your zone of genius. You'll create exponentially more value for any organization. And you'll feel that profound relief of finally being seen for who you authentically are and your authentic contributions. And that brings me to the next shift, the aligned power with purpose system. That's my secret weapon. It's the most powerful way to identify what creates genuine fulfillment for you specifically. Discover how you align your work with your authentic values and create deep satisfaction in your professional life while maintaining financial security and while honoring your existing professional capital. And it works even if you've been feeling lost for decades, and even if you have no idea what your purpose is. But before we talk about what works, let's talk about what doesn't work. Because there are probably some things you've tried or considering right now that haven't worked and can't work. And I want to let you know right now that if you've tried any of this stuff and gotten nowhere, it's not your fault. Conventional wisdom is a recipe for conventional results. Everyone's telling you that if you want to find meaningful work, you need to do more job hopping, following your passion, get another degree or certification, make a dramatic career change, sacrifice financial security, take a sabbatical to find yourself, start your own business, work for a nonprofit, and attend endless networking events. And eventually, maybe you'll find fulfillment. These are more band aids for the real problem. Here is why this is dumb. Getting more credentials assumes your dissatisfaction stems from knowledge gap rather than a meaning gap. You end up more qualified for work you still don't want to do. Here's why this is dumb. Following your passion ignores the reality that meaning comes from contribution, not just enjoyment. Turning your hobby into your job often kills that joy while creating financial stress. Another bad idea, making dramatic career changes wastes all your hard earned professional capital and relationships. starting over from scratch is unnecessary, disruptive, and risky. These approaches all assume that meaning exists only in specific industries or roles, completely ignoring that fulfillment comes from how you contribute and your unique talents, not just what field you work in. Does this make sense going up and down? Imagine spending years climbing a ladder only to discover it's leaning against the wrong wall. Now imagine doing that again and again, getting new credentials, switching companies, changing industries. Sounds exhausting to me. But there is a new way. All while the real source of your fulfillment has nothing to do with the ladder on the wall, but with how you uniquely climb and what you uniquely see from your vantage point. So, if that doesn't work, then what does? You don't need to follow your passion or sacrifice financial security with a new way, the Alchemized career aligned power with purpose system. This will lead you from a seemingly powerless employee to become a powerful co creator. All you need is a systematic approach to aligning your authentic talents with work that matters to you. It works like this: identify your authentic powers in the power audit, create your meaning matrix, develop your professional purpose statement, and then implementing your success transfer plan. This approach works because it focuses on alignment rather than dramatic change, leverages your existing professional capital rather than wasting it, and recognizes that meaning is created through your unique contribution pattern, not just the field you work in. First, through a comprehensive power audit, you identify when you felt most effective and energized. This allows you to recognize your unique talents that create exceptional value without exhausting you. Then you create your personal meaning matrix to decode exactly what creates fulfillment for you specifically. This allows you to make decisions with complete clarity about what truly matters to you. Next, we develop your professional purpose statement. That defines your professional identity by contribution rather than by role or industry, which lets us create magnetic clarity that attracts aligned opportunities. Finally, we'll be able to implementing your success transfer plan that enables us to strategically leverage your existing achievements and relationships while pivoting towards work aligned with your authentic purpose. Does this make sense? Do you see while the alchemized career aligned power to purpose system is the best? Why it is so much better than following your passion, job hopping, or getting another degree? This is my client James, and even though this is an AI created image of him, it reflects his big smile he wears these days. James, when he came, was at the end of his rope. He had spent thousands on coaches and psychology sessions. He felt the void and was isolated in his high powered independent contractor role. He had spent years trying to succeed and find satisfaction in his role. I encouraged him to examine the root cause of his dissatisfaction and conduct a power audit first. Through these career oriented reflections, things began to change almost immediately. I also showed him the meaning matrix system. And then we aligned things even further. Paired up with his new I am mindset, he was unbeatable. Almost right away, James discovered that his deepest fulfillment came from mentoring and developing others, something he had been doing informally for years but never considered central to his professional identity. Today, he's transitioned from technical management to leading talent development initiatives with his same client companies, earning more recognition than he ever thought possible in the process. His anxiety has disappeared. His family and friends notice he's present and energized, and he's built a reputation as a transformative leader. The bottom line: following your passion, making dramatic career changes, and accumulating more credentials are among the worst things you can do to find meaningful work. They overlook your unique contribution pattern and waste your professional capital. The meaning matrix is the only way to discover what creates genuine fulfillment for you specifically. Align your work with your authentic values and transform your relationship with work without quitting your job, sacrificing financial security, or starting from scratch. Just finding meaning, though, is often not enough. We also want to create a lasting legacy, don't we? Because if we achieve meaningful work without creating a legacy, we miss the opportunity to extend our impact beyond our immediate circle. That brings me to the next shift, which is to create a legacy of impact with joy. The simple truth is that just creating meaningful work isn't enough. What truly matters and what we want is to leave a lasting legacy that extends our impact beyond our immediate reach. And that's why things like job hopping and following passing interests don't work in the long run, because they also don't allow you to build something enduring. And when we focus on joy, we open ourselves to the deeper satisfaction in our careers and lives, while also adding magnetism. So let's talk about how to create that now. This is my client Jane. When Jane came to me, she was obsessed with finding meaningful work. That was her priority one. So we fixed that right away. She didn't even feel joy anymore. So entrenched was she in her daily grind and feeling that she was never, ever enough. Further, she started filling her inner void with shopping to uplift her spirits. It was almost to the point of addiction. That was not very becoming to her bank account. Not only did I help her discover what brought her true joy, but also helped her incorporate that joy into her work, ultimately saving her and her bank account from financial ruin. But also wanted to create a lasting legacy. So here's what we did. I helped Jane see that her professional purpose statement could extend beyond her day-to-day role and into a broader vision for impact. Unlike job hopping, which starts the legacy building process over each time, or focusing solely on personal fulfillment, which can be quite self limiting, the Alchemized career aligned power with purpose system naturally extends into legacy building. As you clarify how your unique contribution pattern can solve problems that matter to you on an increasingly larger scale. Today, Jane's life looks like this. She's found deep fulfillment in her role as a strategic advisor, where she leverages her natural system thinking abilities daily. She also created a mentorship initiative within her industry that's now being adopted by other organizations, extending her impact far beyond her immediate role. And Jane is doing all of this without working longer hours, without sacrificing time with her family, and without having to explain dramatic career changes to her professional network. Without creating lasting legacy, however, meaningful work doesn't reach its full potential. If you don't have both, at some point you'll feel like your impact is too limited to truly matter. But when you have both, you wake up every day knowing your work extends beyond yourself. You see the ripple effect of your contribution spreading to people you never even met. And you experience the profound satisfaction of knowing your unique talents will continue making a difference long after you're gone. All of this, all of the above is possible if and only if you invest in mentoring. Everyone who wants to transform their relationship with work should have a mentor. A great mentor brings two things to the table: strategy and accountability. There are new ideas in your head that wouldn't be there if you didn't make the time for this masterclass, right? And I hope you realize that what most people are doing, stuff like following their passion and making dramatic career changes, is the wrong way to go if you want to find meaning in your work without sacrificing your financial security. Here is the harsh truth: most people never escape their soul crushing careers. They would rather spend their life putting band aids on their pain, whatever those pain moments are. They might try, but they get overwhelmed by options, paralyzed by fear of making the wrong moves, distracted by quick fix solutions that lead nowhere. Great mentoring prevents all that. If you want to maximize your chances of transforming your career in less than 60 days, going from just power to power with purpose, you need strategy and accountability only a mentor can bring. Now you have a choice. You can keep on dragging yourself through each workday, feeling the life force draining from your body in meaningless meetings, working for somebody else's agenda, eventually retire with profound regret about a life not authentically lived and a contribution you never even made. You can try to silence your discontent with a bigger title or salary. Keep struggling with the growing emptiness no amount of external validation can fill, and then wake up one day, realizing you've sacrificed your one precious life for someone else's priorities. You have the choice. You can be done with all that and belong to the 15% who step up in their professional life, stepping up to their dream career. Discover your authentic purpose. Transform your relationship with work. Align your career with something that fuels and energizes you. Create a legacy of meaningful impact in as little as 60 days without sacrificing your financial security. And here is what I have for you. I have set aside some time in the next 48 hours to do a free Power with Purpose career audit. I want to figure out if it's possible for you to discover your authentic professional purpose. And the fastest and best way to go about it, whatever your most significant career challenges may be, we have encountered it and know how to overcome it. Book a call using the calendar below. We'll jump on a Zoom call for 50 minutes and we are going to solve as many problems in your professional life as we can. I'll show you how to stop feeling Sunday night dread that poisons your entire weekend. I'll show you how to stop feeling that Sunday night dread that poisons your entire weekend. Exactly how to identify your unique powers that create exceptional value. Pinpoint why you're feeling disconnected from your work despite your success, and identify exactly how you can transform your career in 60 days starting today. We'll research the exact problem that's stopping you from finding meaningful work, and I'll show you the steps to solve it once and for all. The cost? Absolutely free. But you must be a successful professional feeling trapped in your current role and yearning to express your untapped potential. Be serious about creating meaningful work and willing to invest what it takes to get there. If that's you, use the form under this video and book your Power with Purpose career audit now. The offer stands now, spaces are limited. And the last thought I want to leave with you today: it is truly possible to transform your soul crushing career into meaningful work you love, but it won't happen by itself. So book that call today and let us help you. I'm Claudia Granger. Thank you for joining me today. Don't procrastinate. Don't fear. Let's talk.